All right, time to check in with Tyler Orton from Business in Vancouver. Huge story about Target. They just came to Canada a couple of years ago, Tyler, and they're shutting it down.
Yeah, it seems like only yesterday there's all this fanfare going on. But I mean, after nearly $1 billion in losses in its first year, there were signs that Target was kind of picking up business here in Canada. But obviously, I mean, big news today that they're closing more than 130 stores north of the border. This is a big deal, and there's two major factors that I want to really outline here when I talk about this particular issue. Number one, the Target CEO, Brian Cornell, he was looking at holiday sales here in Canada. That's the time that we expect that this is really going to pick up. They looked at what was going on. Not so much here in Canada, which is really making them think about their long-term future. Cornell came out and said that he doesn't see a way that Target can become profitable in Canada until at least 2021. That's a long way down the road. And the other thing that's very important that I should emphasize here is think about this. Big news the past 6 months has been, the decline in the price of oil. That's affected Canada greatly. That's affected our dollar significantly as well. And a lot of the issues going on with Target has been the perception here in Canada that we're not getting as good deals as our neighbors south of the border, right? So with the continued decline in the Canadian dollar, there's going to be this continued price gap between what we see in the States and what we see here in Canada. So that's not going to, attract that many more customers either here up in Canada. So like I said, they looked at the numbers. It just doesn't make sense for them to stick around, here in Canada. It's going to cost them, though, between $500 and $600 million to close this all down. But they are putting $70 million away to give employees severance packages that'll last, about 16 weeks. So they are making efforts to make it right, even though they're cutting their losses right now.
Well, I'm sure that the employees aren't really feeling anything positive about it right now.
Yeah.
Waking up to hear this news. What about that retail space? There's a lot of retail space across the country, Tyler. I know this news is just breaking, but I mean, who could go in there?
Well, that's a big thing that I want to point out as well. Retail Agent Canada, they did a snapshot of, Target versus Walmart's back in mid-December. They found that about 30 out of 38 Walmarts were extremely busy during that period. Just 15 out of 38 Targets were busy during that period. So obviously Target's been competing quite heavily with Walmart. If I see anybody making a big move, Walmart can expand to a certain degree, but they don't want to oversaturate the market as well. So we may see them picking up some of that retail space. And at this point, I'm not quite sure who might fill up the remainder of all those locations.
All right. Well, this story will continue to unfold over the weeks and months to come. Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you.
You can get more business news online at BIV.com.